Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's an exciting video because it's the first of the month and I've got a couple of new gels from Madam Glam. It's their House of Mystery collection, which is absolutely perfect for October because we've got Halloween just around the corner. So I've got 3 gels today. I'm going to show you guys them and then we're going to use it in the video. The first one is called the Sorceress. I don't know how to say that one, but it's a gorgeous orangey shade. This one is the lightest one I've got, and this one's called Nova, and it's a very beautiful subtle green, like a really subtle green. And lastly, we've got an green, got a green, and this one's called a Vibrancy, and the lighter green really pairs nicely with this darker green. So we are going to apply our base colours. We've got, let me have a look, we've got 3 nails that are going to be fully that light green shade. We're going to have 1 full nail that's going to be that darker orangey shade, and then 1 nail that we're going to ombre all 3 colours together, and then we'll be able to pop them into the lamp, and I'll do the second coat off camera. And then I'll come back to you guys, we can crack on with the video. Today's set is very autumny themed. I've been doing so many Halloween ones that for this one I thought, let me do something a little bit different. All those colours were completely screaming autumn to me, so I thought, let me do one like that for a change on the channel. Especially as I haven't really done many autumny shades kind of designs. So I thought these colours were very fitting to do that. If you wanted to shop with Madam Glam, I do have a discount code in the description. It's called Glamifybabeofficial, and that one will save you guys 35% if you wanted to shop their new collection. They have way more colours for this collection. They've got a couple that actually got like bits in it, which you all know I love. I love when companies come out with those. They've got a couple of those there, or you can of course pick up just the 1 colour cream gel polishes that they have. So we are working on our ombre nail. I've got the lightest shade at the bottom, and I decided to pop that darker green in the center and then the orange at the bottom. So kind of the lightest shade at the top and the darkest shade at the bottom. So now that I've got 2 layers of everything applied and cured, it's time to whip out the nail art brush and start drawing out our lines and any art that we're doing. So first up, I'm doing a French tip on one of those green nails, and I am doing it with the orange. And I'm just outlining the French tip, just the smile line here. That's always what I do first before I do my French tips. And then once I'm happy with the shape that I've got, I will then colour it in. Most of the time I use my brush to colour in near that smile line, and then the rest of it I usually use the brush from the bottle. It just makes it so much more quicker to do. But sometimes, depending on the day, I will just colour it in the whole thing with my nail art brush. It just depends what I've got going on and how much gel polish I have on my plate. So if I've got a lot and I know that I'm coming close to my nail design being like done, I don't want to waste gel polish, so I will just try and use it off the plate. So that nail design is done, and we are going to do a second coat, but I'll do all the second coats off camera. Now we're working on the next light green nail, and this one is going to have another French tip, but using the darker green shade this time. Same thing, I feel like I did that French tip smile line area so much quicker than the other nail, but you'll see in just a moment, I actually managed to get it slightly wrong, so I'll show you guys what I basically do to fix it up. So I'm just colouring it in first, using the brush. And then once I'm happy, so usually once you colour it in, you kind of get to see that smile line a little bit better. So when I was actually doing it, I didn't notice that it was a little bit more wonkier than I thought. I thought it was perfect, but the more I colour it in, the more I notice that, oh, hold on a minute. It doesn't look quite as crisp as I thought it was, or as symmetrical as I thought it was. So here I'm getting the lint-free white with some nail prep cleaner, and I noticed that the right-hand side, well, originally on the left, was a bit... it just had too much. It was a bit more closer to the center of the nail. It wasn't very symmetrical, so I just wiped it away, and then I used my nail art brush again to just fill it in. So that's gone into the lamp, and next up we have a couple of lines. So I'm going to create 2 sweater nail vibes. So I'm going in with the dark green again, and I'm going to do a fairly thick line going from the top to the bottom of the line. And I'm going to colour it in. Of course, once again, 2 layers will be applied, of course, off camera. So I'm just trying to get the lines straight. This is probably the worst part. I really struggle to get the lines straight when I'm doing it. Right from the top to the bottom of the nail, there's just so much surface to do, and I always seem to just get it a bit wonky. But I spent some time fixing it, which is why you probably saw that transition. And we're going to do another line going from one side to the other at the bottom ish. It's kind of in the middle, but a little bit more at the bottom. And then once I'm happy, I'll pop it into the lamp, and we are going to do the exact same thing onto that orange nail, which at first when I was doing it, I wasn't too sure that the green kind of sweater vibe would look good on the orange. And the reason I wanted an orange nail is because we've got quite a lot of that light green going on, and just a hint of that orange here and there. And I kind of wanted to bring a little bit more orange into the set. I was considering doing a glittered nail, but usually with the glittered nails, they kind of just, unless you have the exact coloured glitter to the gel polish, it does kind of just take away from the colour, and you've got more of that glitter colour coming through than the gel polish. And I really, really wanted that gel polish to come through because I just wanted more orange in there. So I changed my mind. I just did another sweater nail, but we're going to do it the opposite way. So in a moment when I finish the nail off, we're going to do some sweater look lines and details on the nails, but we're going to flip it when we work on the two sweater nails. So now it's time to apply some top coat. So I am going in with a matte top coat today, and I don't know if you noticed, but the nails look matte already, and that's because I use my nail prep cleaner with a wipe, and I wipe them down because sometimes when gel polishes are super pigmented, when I go in with a matte top coat, I just notice the colour, the pigment almost smudging a little bit, and I don't want that to happen. And I think it was happening a little bit with the orange because it's such a pigmented colour. So I just for safety decided to just wipe them all down and make sure I don't have any colour smudges going on. So I'm just going to finish off the matte, pop it into the lamp, and then you want to whip out your clear acrylic. That's going to be very helpful today because we're going to do the sweater detailing. So I was kind of searching up online different techniques of sweater nails, so I'm kind of mix and matching them in today's video and just kind of combining them together to create today's set. So for this nail, we're going to do a fine line, nothing as thick as what we did earlier, on the right hand side, and of course try and keep the same thickness across the whole line. Of course it's going to be quite hard, unfortunately, but do your best to get it as the same as possible. As you can see, I literally cannot. And also where that darker green is, it was kind of creating a bump. You can see it there because it's a lot more thicker than the light green behind. So that was proving itself to be a little bit of a challenge, but it's okay. Nothing is ever perfect, so we can just let that one slide. So once you get your line how you want it, you want to pop 2 lines at the top, but you want to make sure you leave a fairly big enough gap in between one another, just to kind of give it some space, basically. So once you're happy, pop the clear acrylic on, and you want to keep sprinkling it on until you stop seeing the gel polish going wet. And usually I use like a cuticle pusher to pick up the powder and kind of pop it onto the nail, but this time I used a swatch stick, and it was a million times quicker and easier and better. So you know, if you've got your swatch sticks or any swatch stick really, just pick it up and try and use it, whether it's the clear acrylic or don't know what else would you sprinkle on, or even glitter, to be honest. It would work so good. So that went into the lamp for its full cure, and now we're working on another nail. This is the orange French tip one. So we're going to do the sweater pattern down the center of the nail, and we're only doing the S, is it an S? Kind of an S shaped pattern all the way down. But before sprinkling on anything, I'm going in with the light green to match the top bit of the nail, and I'm going to carry on the sweater look on the top bit. So almost like an ombre vibe going on with this sweater nail, almost kind of not. But I just thought it looked really cool, and I've not done one like that I think last year at all. It's the first time me trying this technique, and I really liked it. So I'm just going to finish it off, and of course same vibe, you want to pop on the clear acrylic. Sometimes when doing these patterns I do like to use a larger amount of gel polish, just because I find when I'm sprinkling on the clear acrylic it really creates that embossed 3D vibe. If you use a very thin amount of gel polish, it's not going to create that as much. So you can kind of see a little bit more with the lines I created earlier on the typical sweater looking nails. It's not so 3D looking, but those, even now when you're sprinkling on the clear acrylic, you can really see the 3D happening. So there's a little tip there if you wanted that, or if you don't want it, of course, then just do it finally. So now back onto this orange nail. We're basically repeating what we did on that first one that I worked on, but just the opposite way around. So the line is on the left hand side, and we are using of course the lighter shade. So it's almost like we flipped the colors around on this one compared to the first one. I'm just going to perfect the line as much as I can. I think I did a worse job on this one than I did on the other one. And then of course the 2 lines at the top as well, and that one can also get sprinkled on with clear acrylic. I do end up just sprinkling it on off camera for this nail. And we have one more nail that we're going to work on when it comes to the whole 3D sweater look, which I love how that one came out too. Such a different idea and look, and I'm quite actually excited to do Christmassy nails. Like, sweater nails just always scream Christmas to me, so I'm so excited to get working on the Christmas sets. I haven't yet, which I feel so unprepared for. For Halloween, I had nail sets done, I think at the end of August I started, or maybe even at the start of August, and we're now in October. In a month's time we need to start doing our Christmas sets, and I haven't even got one done, so I'm not very prepared at the moment, but who knows, I might check in with you guys next week and I might tell you guys I've got 50 million sets ready to go. But at the moment I have none, so I need to get cracking with that. I've just been so busy with the move to the new property, and just so much going on at the moment. I'm also not feeling the best today, so I don't know if the vibe is off a little bit with my chat or my voice, but I'm just not feeling very good today. So going back to the nail video, we've got these little lines going around the smile line, and then I'm just going to repeat what we did early on that orange French tip with those S-shaped looking sweater pattern. And that's it for that one. We're going to sprinkle on that clear acrylic. I really love this one. I've got a couple of ideas for Christmas as well with that kind of sweater idea. Looks so cool, guys, so cool. So sprinkle it on, pop into the lamp, and that's job done. We've got 2 more things left to do. We've got some leaves that I'm going to draw on with nail art gel, so it's going to be shiny on top of the mat. And I kind of wanted to do it just to kind of give a bit more of an autumn vibe. I wanted to almost do like autumny leaves, although I don't know how autumny those leaves really look, if they even class as autumn leaves, but I kind of wanted some leaves. I did look through my sticker drawer to see if I've got any autumny leaves, which I did. I've got about 1 or 2 sheets only, but they were too small and not what I was envisioning for the design, so I ended up just going in with some hand painted little leaves there. So I do my little line where I want them, and I literally have no idea how to explain how I do them. I think it's just important to watch how I do it, and you might end up seeing. It's almost like I start in the center of the petal or the leaf, I guess, and then I do the thin top bit, and then yeah, I don't know, just watch. Hopefully that explains it all. And I'm doing it on this nail only, and then one more, which is actually going to be that green French tip one, and those are the only ones. I did consider applying those leaves on the orange sweater nail, but I thought I don't want to overdo it, and that's something I often do, so I thought I'll let it be how it is and hold off from the leaves. So that one's going into the lamp. It is a nail art gel, so you want to make sure that you cure it for 60 seconds. Really make sure you do that, and don't forget, because it won't cure properly. So for this nail here, I'm doing one at the top, and then because I did it a bit more on the side, it felt a bit bare on the, on the right hand side when I flip it around the proper way. So I kind of went in and I decided to, which you will see in a moment, add almost like another stem of leaves. I tried. I don't think it looks amazing, but I think with me telling you guys what it is, when you look at it, you will see it. I'm hoping you can see what I was going for. So just going to finish off the other side now. They look quite hard, and I've always actually stayed away from these leaves, but I feel like they just look harder than they are, really. It's almost like do a line and then do 2 like half circles on either side, and then you basically got your petal. Hopefully that explained it a little bit. So I'm just going to finish up this one. Okay, and then here I ended up trimming it a little bit because I was thinking of how to best tackle the other leaf. I'm kind of trying to envision where to put the other line and where to put the petals. I kind of picked that little side. I don't know, you can let me know in the comments what you think. I don't think it looks bad, but it just wasn't fully what I wanted. I kind of wanted 2 stems going out and 2 set of leaves, and almost maybe like one behind the other, but that wasn't fully what was happening. So yeah, that's what we got in the end. Once I'm happy with it, I'll pop it into the lamp, and then we'll have one more thing to do, and it's just scattering a couple of crystals on the nail, which is going to be our ombre nail. I absolutely love putting crystals on ombre nails. You'll probably know if you're a regular, ombre nails always have crystals on my channel, at least most of the time. It always feels weird to leave a ombre nail just bare. So I tried to do like my very own crystal placement. so don't laugh at me if it's a bit bad. But I just looked at my drawer and I've got a lot of AB crystals, different sizes and shapes and everything. So I just kind of thought, let me try these crystals together and see what I can make up. So this is what I made up. You've got the circle AB at the top, then you've got these two diamond looking crystals, then you've got one large one at the bottom, followed by a super long one, and then we're going to pop a couple of small ABs in between that big one, and then one right at the bottom to finish off the long crystal, basically. So I'm just going to pop them there. I came super prepared. I already had my design on my little palette there, as you can see, so I didn't have to spend hours trying to find the right size. Once I'm happy, I'll pop it into the lamp, and here are the final result. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys liked the new collection. Like I said, there will be a link in the description along with my discount code if you wanted to go ahead and shop with them. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys!